How are you, my friends? In this video, I'm presenting lecture number 12. As you can see here, it's a continuation of lectures number 10 and 11 about factoring. If you want to see other videos on Algebra course, you can visit, please, the playlist called Algebra Course Lectures. So again, this is lecture 12. It's about factoring 4 or more terms. Now, just to remind you, please, the first lecture of factoring was lecture 10. It was about 2 terms and greatest common factor. Now, lecture number 11, it was about 3 terms. And this is lecture 12. It's 4 or more terms. Now, just to remind you also, what is a factoring? A factoring is to write a given expression in product form. We have to write all the expression, like x cubed minus 8, like this, 3 terms like that, 4 or more. See, the important idea here, we cannot leave any term or any number, positive or negative, outside the brackets. All should be inside brackets multiplied by each other in a product form. So factoring, we go this way, b squared minus 25, we factor it like this. If we have this product, we can expand like that. We go back. Now the steps of factoring, 3 simple steps you can use always. First, we look for greatest common factor. If there is any GCF in all terms, we take it out. Then we check how many terms. 2 terms, then we go to lecture number 10. 3 terms, we go to lecture number 11. 4 terms or more, we go to lecture number 12, which is this one. And then we ask at the end, can we factor more so that we can finish the whole question completely? Now, here we can have different powers in the factoring. See the first example, factoring expressions with fractional exponent. I will take the first one as simple, easy example, positive integers. See the powers here are 3, 4, and 7. Here now I still have a negative, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and here I have a rational in the power, minus 2 over 3, 1 over 3. We can use the same method. I will start with the easy example to factor. So that's the same question now, example 8. Let's factor completely. This one, A, B, and C. So I would take the first one and factor out. See, there is a numbers here, 10, 2, and 12. Is there a common factor in the numbers? Yes, there is a 2. And in the power, x cubed, x power 4, x power 7, we check if there is a common factor. Yes, we take the smallest power. So factor out the smallest exponent. This is part A. 10x cubed. So we take 2 out from 2 and 12 and 10. The x cubed is the smallest power. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. See, in the numbers we divide. In the powers, x cubed, I write here x cubed minus the 3 power out. Minus, the 2 is out already, 4 minus this 3 out. 12 divided by 2, 6, and x power 7, we divide by x cubed, which is 7 minus 3. So now we have to simplify that. 3 minus 3 is x power 0, which is 1, we know that. 4 minus 3 is 1, so we don't have to write it here, just x. 7 minus 3 is 4. Now this is the question here, the last step. Can we factor more? In this case, we cannot do anything, so we just leave the whole answer, the common factor, and all the brackets. Sometimes we can factor here. Please now try number B. You can pause the video, please, for a little, and try number B. See if you can factor, then you can compare with my factoring. 20 x power minus 1 plus 12 x power minus 2 minus 8 x power minus 3. See what is the smallest power and what is the number common here, GCF between 20, 12, and 8. I think we have finished now. Let's see B part. B part, 4, because 20 is 4 times 5, 12 is 4 times 3, 8 is 4 times 2. See, for the numbers, I take 4 out, then there are numbers 5, 3, and 2. Same signs. Now, minus 3 is the smallest exponent, so I take minus 3. Same idea, I write minus 1 minus the power outside, which is minus 3. Minus 2 minus the power outside, or the exponent. Minus 3 minus the power outside, because we can divide here to get the negative. Now, minus 1 plus 3 is a 2 here, so I write x squared. Minus 2 plus 3 is 1, so this is 1, x power 1, which is x. Minus 3 minus minus 3 plus 3, so x power 0, which is 1 here. So now I have 5x squared plus 3x minus 2. Well, this is a trinomial, 3 terms. That's in lecture 11. I can factor it. There are more than one way I can factor 5x. This is a trinomial. We call this trinomial. 5x and x. And here the minus 2 is minus 2 plus 1. If you multiply to check, 5x and x is 5x squared. This is plus 5 and minus 2 is plus 3x and minus 2. And we have to include this one here. We can leave this power in the negative, or we can say this is 1 over x cubed. So it depends. We'll see questions in both ways. You want to try the third one, please? Number C in example 8. You want to try 2 plus y. This is the base here. All to the power minus 2 over 3 times y. See, y is outside. Plus 2 plus y to the power 1 over 3. See, this is the base in the common. 2 plus y all together. Take the smallest power and see if you can factor inside. Let's see third part. Now, 2 plus y, see the smallest power is the negative, minus 2 over 3. So I take it out. 2 plus y, see from both, 2 plus y, 2 plus y, power minus 2 over 3, the smallest. All right. Now I leave this y, you see this y here, I leave it. 2 plus y, I leave this power minus the power outside. 2 plus y, I leave 1/3 minus the power outside. So you have to take care of the signs. There are many signs here. Now this is the common factor. This is the common factor. We leave it. Y minus 2 over 3 minus minus 2 over 3 is 0. So this is all power 0 is 1. So we are left only with 1y there. Now here, 1 over 3 minus minus 2 over 3. So it becomes 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3, which is 3 over 3, which is 1. Since I have a power 1, that means 2 plus y. So I can take the bracket and add here y plus 2 plus y. See, without the bracket, because there is no power here. Y plus 2 plus y, which is 2y plus 2. Oh, there is a common here. We have to take it. We have to make the complete factoring. Take the 2, and then you can put it outside. 2 times the common factor here, 2 plus y to the power minus 2 over 3, times, if we take 2 out, it will be y plus 1. That's the complete answer. Now this is try at home 7. Factor the expression completely, similar to example number 8. Usually, when I write questions, try at home or extra questions or practice, these are all different from the examples. See, I have here example 8, example 7, example 9. I explain in details in the course. So I leave some questions for you guys to practice. But on the next slide, I put only the final answer here. Now you can do it yourself, I think, I hope you can do it yourself. If you need help on these questions, try at home, or extra questions or practice, you can search for factoring 4 terms, additional solved questions. Additional solved questions. You can find all the solutions in details for all these questions. Now let's start 4 or more terms. Let's see, if we have 4 terms, by logic, we can split it into, we say grouping. We can split it into 2 and 2 terms, or 3 or 1. See, here you have to check the terms. There is no straight formula. If you have 5 terms, you can split it into 3 and 2 together, or 4 and 1. If you have 6 terms, you can take 3, 2, 1, or 3 and 3. So these are all suggestions. So we call this grouping. You group the terms so that you can factor it. The aim is to factor it. In this slide, I put one example just to see the idea. Nice, simple, easy example. 2x plus 6 plus ax plus 3a. That's 4 terms. See, it's not easy by looking to factor it. So if I say, let's take a grouping and take 2 and 2 terms. So I take the first 2, the last 2. But you can take any 2 terms. You can take the first and the last, second and third. You can take any 2 terms. So now you try usually by looking 2x plus 6. If I take 2 common, you see here, 2 out, common, x plus 3. Here I take a out, common, a is there, x plus 3. Now I notice x plus 3 is common. That means this method will work. If this is common, you see this x plus 3? It's like a here. You see a, take it out. Now x plus 3, this is like a common. Take it out. What's left inside? 2 plus a. Now that's the answer. Why this is the answer? Because that's a product. If you multiply, you get this. This is the answer here. Okay, so if you expand this, you get this answer. If you take this expression, factor it, you get this answer. Now let's see more and more difficult examples. Factor completely. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Also here 4 terms. So there are 2 questions, and this is example number 9. Let's take one by one. You can pause the video a little, please, if you want to try this, or you can see the detailed solution of the first one, factoring completely, then you can try the second one. Second one is easier, I think. Let's see. Now, is there a GCF? As I explained before, GCF is greatest common factor in all terms. Remember, 20, 24, 30, 16. Is there a common in all? X cubed, xy, x squared y. Yes, there is 2x. I have to take it out. First, in all factoring, step number 1, take the greatest common factor out in all terms. Now, what's our inside the bracket here? We are left with 4 terms. So we can think of grouping. Now, grouping, if I take the first 2, see, it's not easy here, first 2, as I did before, and the last 2, because here we have x squared and y, there is no common. So I use the idea, rearrange in math. Helpful idea. You can rearrange things, like you arrange your house, your design, whatever. Rearrange the terms. 1 and 3 I can take here. 2 and 4. See, I can put it together here. This is the first one, and the third, 15x with the sign, minus 12y minus 8xy. Now, let's see, leave the 2x. Remember, 2x, remember here, 2x is part of the answer. See the 2x here, 2x here, 2x here, 2x here. Some people I have seen, some students, some math users, they forget this 2x. They take it out, and that, forget it. No, it is part of the answer. Now let's see here. What is common if I use grouping here? 10 and 15, there is a 5 common, x squared and x, there is an x. So now you can divide 10x squared, divide by 5x, you get 2x. 15x divided by 5x, you get 3. Now here we have, remember here, minus 12 minus 8. So I can take minus 4 common, but remember to write plus inside. So 12y divided by 4y, 3. 8xy divided by 4y is 2x. Oh, I can see this 2x plus 3 the same as 3 plus 2x. We call this in math commutative property. You can add two numbers, real numbers in reverse order. 2x plus 3 same as 3 plus 2x. So I can take it out. See, this is common here. And then I left with 5x minus 4y. If you want to learn more, you want to check, there is no need to do it. But if you want to learn more, you can multiply all these. You should get the given here. Exactly the given. You want to try the second easy one? D squared E squared minus CE plus DC minus DE cubed. Maybe it's easier than this one. Try the first two and the last two. It will not work maybe. You rearrange it if you like. Are you ready to see the solution? Okay. Now you have enough time, you have tried. Let's see, I hope you get the correct answer. Let's see now. The correct answer is in the factoring D minus E, bracket, DE squared plus C. Now let's see how we can do that. I can rearrange it, the first and the fourth. So D squared, E squared minus the last one here, DE cubed. Now I take second and third, so minus CE plus DC. There is a little trick here. In the first two now, what is common is D. See, D is power 1 here, power 2. And E squared, E cubed, I take E squared. Inside, I write D minus E. Now here, let's see. This is a minus, this is a plus. Be careful. You can put the DC before and put minus CE. You can do that. But suppose I left it like this. And then I need to take a minus C on purpose to see what will happen. Take a minus C from here, we take a minus C from there. If you take a minus C from both, this should be minus. Be careful, why? Because minus C times minus D, this one here, plus DC or CD, the same. So take a minus C. You can take C common if you want, like plus here, and then you write minus E plus D. You can do anything that is correct. Now, I look here, oh boy. I look here, D minus E, E minus D, they are not the same. So I have to make them the same. So I take again from here, see, from E minus D, I take minus common factor out, minus only. If I take minus, then D minus E becomes, and also the outside here becomes plus C. Now D minus E is common. I left with DE squared plus C. Just be careful when you do it. You can do it in another way, easier way, it's up to you. But this is the final answer. Let's see, extra question number 5. Some extra questions I will do in the lectures. Some extra questions I will leave it in the additional solve questions. So this one I will leave. Extra question number 5. X squared, y squared, minus 1. You can see the nice question. Minus 2. You can see the question better. Minus 2xyz plus z squared. This is 4 terms. I put the answer here. Do some steps. I put the answer. You can try it. If you need the detailed solution, please go and see factoring 4 terms, additional solved questions. Now let's see extra question number 6. Very important. Find the sum of all factors of this. This is also 1, 2, 3, 5 terms. See, this is 5 terms, not easy, but important. But also we need here something strange. Find the sum of all factors. So what we have to do, this is like exam type. We need to factor, you see? If we say find the sum of the factors, we need to factor first. After you finish, take the factors, 2 factors, 3 factors, whatever the answer is, and then add them. Find the sum. Find the sum means add them. Let's see. Here I have 5 terms. 5 terms, usually I take 3 and 2. I try to see here in the question, what are 3 terms related so that I can factor them. I think I have x squared, xy, 48y squared. Yeah, see the first 3, a trinomial with leading coefficient 1. And the last 2 here, see last 2 terms, minus 3x minus 18y, only just GCF. There is a common factor here, minus 3. So in the trinomial, the first 3, if you know how to do it, perfect. If not, you have to go and see this trinomial, lecture 11, factoring 3 terms. It's a whole lecture about 3 terms. And this is one easy part here. I take the sum in the middle here. You see the sum here is minus 2y from there because x squared and then x. So I take minus 2y, we call it sum. The product is minus 48y squared. So find 2 numbers here. This is the sum, this is the product. If you need the details, please go to lecture 11. So this is 6y and minus 8y. If you add them, you get minus 2y. If you multiply them, minus 48y squared. So I can write directly x plus 6y, x minus 8y. You see that? Now, in the last 2 here, there is a common minus 3. If you take minus 3 out, this will be x plus 6y. See, I notice now x plus 6y is common factor. You see this one here. So I take x plus 6y common. I take it here common. Now, so what's left with x minus 8y minus 3. This is the factor. And you see, this is the answer if we say factor it completely. But the question says, find the sum of all the factors, which means after you factor it, you find the sum. Okay, so this is the factoring. You can stop here if the question is factor. Now we need the sum, so I take the first term, second term, and then I add x and x is 2x, 6y minus 2y minus 3. That's an extra question. Extra question number 7. Let's see how many terms here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. Also, I will do this in this lecture. Extra question number 7. You can pause the video, please. This is not easy at all. Not easy question. 6 terms, and you have to factor it completely, which means you have to write all this expression, all of it. You cannot leave here. You cannot leave 10 or minus 10. You cannot leave the a. You cannot leave any number. You have to put all in the brackets. All of this in the brackets. Let's see. Finished now? Okay, let's see. Now, here I have 6 terms. 6 terms. You have to group it. I think I will take the first 3 terms here. 3, 2, A and B, and then 1. See, the first 3 terms, 2 is common, right? Okay. The first 3 terms, if you take the first 3 terms, 2 is common, and then we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, which is a formula. After the 2 is common, there is a perfect square. So you can go and see also 3 terms in lecture 11, please. Okay, So the first three terms, this is the answer here, 2a plus b all squared. So that one here, you see this one. This is the first part now. Now, the second part, two terms here, minus a minus b, let's take a minus. So you see now where we are hitting to the trinomial again, a plus b, so this is minus a plus b. See, it looks difficult here. I can use this idea, let, I will call it idea let. Let means I change the variables, I make the question easy. You see, it's a method, it is a method, simple, easy method to make the question simpler. So instead of leaving a plus b, you can use m, you can use y, you can use any letter you like. So a plus b, if I put a plus b m, so this will be 2m squared. A plus b is m minus 10. See, this is now three terms. Also, it is in lecture 11. So 2m times m in the factoring here. The 10 is 5 times 2. You have to check the signs. You cannot put plus 5 minus 2 because you have to check it. Let's check it together. 2m and m is 2m squared. That's 4m minus 5 becomes minus m. Minus 5 plus 2 is minus 10. But remember, you cannot stop here. Why you cannot stop here? Because the question has no m. You cannot stop here. You have to go back to let and use m, a plus b, write it here and write it there. And see, there is a 2 here and there is no 2 here. So it is 2a plus 2b minus 5, a plus b plus 2. See, that's all product now. If you multiply all these, you get this. This is the answer here. But there is no need because the question is factor completely. I think this is not easy question, but very interesting. 6 terms, guys, here. 6 terms we need to factor completely. So we used 3 terms, we used perfect squared, etc. Extra question number 8. Oh, tough. We have all this. See, many numbers here, my goodness. But there is a power here. See, there is a common. You can do this as example number 8, I think. Yes. So do this, factor the left side here until you reach something like this. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Then find the value a plus b plus c. See, it looks complicated. It is complicated. Factor it. And then when you finish, you will reach some number here. Maybe 5, maybe minus 2, maybe 3, maybe half. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Add a plus b plus c. Now do some steps. Do some steps means, this is extra question number 8. You will reach, this is the answer here. But you have to do some steps. So you can find the answer detailed in additional solved questions about factoring 4 terms. Even this is 3. So you get a is minus 18 plus 9 plus 4. The answer is minus 4. See, the important part is to reach here, reach there, factoring. Now also, when you see practice, this is the end of the lectures about factoring or any other topic. So factoring, we had lecture 10, lecture 11, lecture 12. Now, after I finish these 3 lectures, there are practice. Practice means some other questions to practice. Practice number 1, practice number 2, factoring completely, more difficult. Practice number 3, 4 terms. Practice number 4, also 2 parts. Practice number 5 with negative powers. And then you find the answers here, you see? Practice answers for lecture 10, 11, and 12. The answers here. Now you can try it, these questions, please. If you need any help in these, the complete solutions, you can find additional solved questions. Thank you for watching. I hope I can see you in another video with another topic. Just to remind you, this is lecture 12 in factoring algebra course lectures. Thank you very much.